Good evening. Just touched the wrong button on the phone there and it showed me having sunglasses on. Yeah, not exactly the time of night or weather for that. Good evening. Glad to be here. In our post-Christmas romp through words. I got to do a new poem, which I just literally finished writing about 20 minutes ago and just typed it up on my computer just now. It's called We. We start so others may follow. We follow so others know we are there. We have so we can share. We write because it's in our head. We become one as our words are read. So read this and understand. These days the rich get less rich and the poor get more poor. They have different rules because of different schools. The former think they are the norm, the latter gets cast adrift in the storm. Helpless, hopeless. While the selfish little men in position of authority take what they want, when they want, without a care and thought, and unseen by them that should be seeing. Those that should be saying say nothing for fear of being less rich. So the ones that say get more poor. Yet behind our doors we all bleed red, we all end up dead, and we all end up with only 20 saying goodbye. And rich tears taste the same as poor tears. Tears they cry, still salty, still wet, and just the poor that have the debt of the dead. The rich have one less zero, but see themselves as heroes, heroes for creating what? More money for the shareholders? Another Tesla to buy? Decrying the fact that they can't have this year's charity ball? Where they spend a fortune on a spa day, a lunch with a famous player after drinking overpriced cheap wine. More money than the less well-off will spend all year. I know, it's their money. They can spend it how they like. It's not for us to say the way they part with their cash. Nor is it theirs to tell others either. The homeless, the poorest of the poor. So what if they buy drink or drugs? It's their mess. It numbs the pain that's sometimes inflicted by the gains as the rich get richer, but sometimes only less. Right, I'm going to try this one. This is quite a long piece and it's also quite new. And it started off, you may have seen it on Facebook, as a throwaway little poem that I wrote. And so you imagine that you're sitting in a group therapy, and this is just a bunch of poets in a group therapy. Yeah, no, poor poets, huh? And these are actually a bunch of poems that's been written by poor poets in this imaginary group therapy. It's called The Possibility of Thieves. We sit in a circle, not looking each other in the eye, staring at the floor, looking back at the door, looking back over our shoulders. Who's first? The chair questions. We all shuffle nervous. Who's first? Again, the question. Nobody wants to speak, I'll go first, I don't mind. The others look at me, relief on their faces. Some strangers here, they have that first time look, holding on to the first time book. Others are familiar, well known, but still unwilling to lead, not wanting yet to open the pages and read, or recall from memory painful words. It could be words we've heard before. They know the score. We know the score. I mean, even the fresh ones through the door know the score. They've heard, been told the rules. Still, they look at me, waiting. The chair looks at me, waiting. I take a breath, straighten up. Hi, my name is Finn, he, him, and I'm a poet. For years, decades even, I was clean. Barely a rhyme could be seen, but then I was led astray. Ange was her name. Cajoled me even, invited me into a bar it was, and you know what it's like. Just one, she said, just one. Then another, then another. Before you knew it, I was doing haikus. The pandemic didn't help. I mean, what else was there to do? What else can I say? One a day, April to May. No, I can't stop. I'm sorry, I can't. I've no words to say. I'm Kathy. I'm a poet or a storyteller. Ah, Christ, they just put the words down. You can call it what you like. It always starts with heaviness, this debilitating weight. If I can't find the words for it, I end up in a state. With each word I feel lighter, with each syllable I breathe, as language builds in layers, the pain begins to ease. But I need to find a way to stop the tears that soak the page as I unravel all the hurts that catalogues each age. So yes, I guess I'm here for help. Can I be helped? God knows. But I need to find a way to stop gurning through my poems. Yeah, I guess it's my turn. I'm not really sure where to begin, and honestly all I want to do is run. I don't like it when you stare. It's such an empty feeling and makes me wonder if anyone is actually there. I know that you want Special K, but I don't know quite how to pull her out today. I take a breath, but it doesn't feel as if any air has come in. Look at the clock. How much time has been taken up by the chatter of my thoughts, and how many more minutes can I let there be silence when I'm supposed to speak? How can one who others seen as strong be so weak when it comes to these things? Ah, bugger. My poetry doesn't rhyme, and I cringe at the thought when people request I send them something to read, for it is nothing more than chicken scratch upon each page. To hell with it. I'm called Kim, and I am so much more than a poet. I've been writing poetry for a while. I've waited all my life for this chance, and even my therapist says it makes me smile. It makes me sing and it makes me dance. But everyone else seems bigger and stronger, but whilst I'm trying to be bold and free, when I begin, my poems were longer. Now I keep them short and pithy. Though we stand on the shoulders of giants, all artists have to find their own voice. The most exciting poems are in defiance of rules. We have to make that choice. Who will be my friend? Who can I trust? Do we give our poems up and let them go, or hold them close till we'll become dust? Can we allow ourselves and others to grow? I'm Rhoda Thomas. 12-step poet. We came to accept the fact that all our efforts to stop nicking other poets' ideas have failed. We came to believe that getting in touch with a higher poet could restore us to sanity. We turned to our fellow poets who have struggled with the same problem. We made a list of situations in which we are most likely to nick other poets' ideas. Admitted to a higher poet, to ourselves and to another poet, the exact nature of our plagiarism. Entirely ready to have a higher poet remove all such poetic defects. Humbly sought to have such defects removed. Made a list of all poets whose ideas we have nicked and become willing to make amends to them all. Made direct amends to these poets whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Continue to take personal inventory of times we have nicked other poets' ideas. Sought through meditation to improve our conscious contact with a higher poet as we understand her or him. Having seen our poetry improve as a result of working these steps, we sought to carry this message to other poets and to practice these principles in all our writing. Tim. I blame my father, the published poet from several decades ago, but it's always in me, this bug, this drug, this constant flood of prose that forces me to take another glug. We always want someone to blame, even as the words continue to spill out of me. Hey, who are you? Where do these relentless ideas come from, flowing as a tap that lost its valve? Just when it eases the eye of the storm, another rush comes in. Idea, 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 create, 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 push, push, stop. No, this is too much. I can't get it out quickly enough, please. Go gently on my mind. Do not hog me, clog me, bog me down. I want to share it all. Just give me a chance to get some of this out. Opportunity comes, but the fear is there. Irrational self-judging, all those musings still fucking cached up inside. Clogging, 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 that I buckle and cancel. The fear has won. Opportunity comes, but the fear is still there. Fuck you, fear. I silently curdle from them within my gut. You don't win this time. I have to get this out. Brain, give me 10 minutes to make more room. I sweat. The anxiety grows. The first show nears. I promise myself I won't back up. Not this time. I'm a mess. A simple task. Sipping some water becomes an alien action. Where does this confident, bashing intensity come from? Come on. You need this. Pull it together. Soldier on. 1 minute to go. Audience settled. They've seen one or two. Who gives a fuck about you? I fiddle and thumb my pages, my words, to be heard, to be misheard for the first time, prepare to walk on, ready for your cue, your stimulus. Fucking shaking so much inside, maybe outside too. I swear, they can all hear my bones rattling as I begin to walk to the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, Kev Bamboo! For all the world, in 3 minutes, I feel every eye on me. I feel every eye. I miss the words, pronounce them wrong, can't even say them in the normal way that I do. Breathe. I fuck up. I carry on. Not today, fear. Not today, anxiety. Not today, clogged up head. It's not my best. And my own worst critics, almost scoring myself during every line of delivery. I get through it. I get my rhythm, my momentum, and my delivery back. And we're done. Elation and exhilaration, apprehension lifted. Wow. That was fucking great. It's out there. Not stuck in here finally. Let's go again. The bug I blame my father for. The published poet from several decades ago. The bug is still there. The drug is still there. The flood of prose that forces me to take another glug is still there. It's within me, this creative addiction that brings me a mixture of emotions. While my brain lines up the next 53,281 ideas. Hi, my name is Jacqueline and I'm tossing this imaginary kingdom that cries, break the doors open, stitch them back up again. But I'm flailing here against the breeze and the sea's got a hand on my throat and it's catching my ragged sleeves and dragging me backwards. And all I want is to dive upwards and inwards and forwards. My head is barely moving above the fucking water. Each time I open my eyes, I face another fucking breaker. But when I take time to demolish all the petulant fish that wish to drown me, he always appears, imaginary and exceptional, holding a promise that I know is empty, but for one careless, frantic scramble towards the flying buttress of his illusory castle. Will do. Okay, I just spent the last 30 minutes with Hendrik's band of gypsies playing and come up to speak. And I said, my name is Noah and I'm a poet, but really I don't know if that types of identification is really necessary. I wasn't given a card or an idea, and most of my life is dealing and surviving and something, putting on music and putting words to paper. Can anyone sum themselves and their lives in one word? Perhaps. Poet's a 4-letter word after all. I look around this room and I can see most heads buried in styrofoam cups of coffee and a Am I trying to impress? No, not really. But sometimes I can feel torment in my veins, vying for exit onto paper, plug my brain into a socket and see what's written. But those other times when all I can hear from my head is silent and nothing you can hear, an ocean roar, I say, and paper looks back, blank sometimes for years at a time, and then suddenly it's all there again. No, I don't understand. Put on some Coltrane or Hendrix and call me in the morning, and I'll stand in front of a room and turn myself inside out and hate with Zoom, where I then check the chat if anyone's listening, while spilling my being into interconnected wired cables that connect our mind. I miss the live sounds, but I'm so very grateful for global connections. I've seen it all stolen artistic projects I built over a year, over a decade. I was the toast of the town, but sometimes I wondered if I'm yesterday. My sandcastle fortifications washed away, leaving nothing but etchings of pride. I don't know what I want. I want to hear the greatest poet of all. Time run over me and leave me gasping and for breath, wishing I could keep reliving that moment. The tire tracks of the artistic wizardry ripped my being into two. And I want people to hear the inside of my heart, right into the very being of my soul. Can you hear that scream? It's love and it's hate, it's mirth and it's tears, and it's just throw your fucking head back and have a laugh. It's everything I have. God damn it. And that's life. My name is Noah. You can call me whatever you like, and let's cry tears together and split a bottle and just be fucking poets with our fists and love tearing the very clouds above, and see our words disintegrate into the air we breathe and continue outward into the fabric of reality. My name is Noah, and I'm a poet, perhaps, but mostly I am me. I am Skylar J. Winter, and I'm a raging poet, addicted to rhyme and rhythm. It's out of my control, and I'm grateful for this space, where I can purge and cleanse my soul, a space where words that rhyme or don't are celebrated and condoned. I don't know where I'd be or what state my mind would be in if I wasn't for 2020 forcing the creation of online Zoom. General brain fucker-uppery is always on the cards for me, but it's so much easier to deal with alongside my global poetry family. So thank you for your friendship. You've created air to our successes and, more importantly, our disgraces. Thank you for being vulnerable, for reinforcing I'm not alone, for all the laughs and all the tears, and giving my words a home. No matter what New Year brings, it's a relief and joy to know my crazy and fucked up now have a place to go. Hello. Should I say it firmer, more sure? Hello. No, that's too much, jeez. Hello, I'm Hill. My pronouns are they, them, but please don't laugh. I'm a poet. I guess I'm a poet. It's been a little hard to say these past 20 years or so. It's easier for a child to be a poet. You don't know any better. Especially a child whose friends are books and trees, the nooks and crannies of caves and cemeteries. But I'm a poet now. But to be a poet now, when everyone says they are, other things to be done, when everyone says that the rat race has to be run, even if you're losing, even if you were set up to lose, even if you started with broken legs, it's a little bold, isn't it? So, okay, I'm a poet, it's true. I'm not even going to pretend I'm ready to go cold turkey. Poetry is the only way I know to breathe these days. Hi, I'm Kate. I always seem a bit late, but I'm here to grow, to try to stay in the know, to hear from others, to try not to feel like another. I'm so happy that I can hang out with you all. Don't mind me. I would be like a fly in the wall. I'm a rhythmaholic. Just thought I'd put it out there. Stand up and be counted. I am Big Lord Byro, someone who stands apart from the mainstream, a literation that on the mat appears, whose idiometry falters, whose meters running, the sinner at Nim. Who today remembers him? Isabel. Thank you. I think I've taken up enough your time tonight. I enjoyed doing that. Thank you very much. Have a good Christmas, one and all.